Mike said he hoped that we would leave feeling like part of a new community and inspired. And it has definitely ticked both of those boxes for me too. But to really sum up the World Meaning and Purpose Summit, I'd rather leave it to Mike himself. So thanks again for watching, and take it away, Mike. Fantastic 2 days at the summit. Now, when we spoke at the beginning, which was just yesterday morning, which feels like a while ago, doesn't it? You were saying that you hoped about something that people would take away from it. So obviously like community and going away inspired. I can't wait to share with you some of the clips we have over the coming days of people's feedback, because I think you will be inspired by that too. Yeah. But how has it been for you?
I mean, I would say overwhelming has been the main thing, but in not just the typical bad ways, but some really good ways. I mean, I think when I was wrapping up, it was just occurring to me at various times throughout the day that it maybe wouldn't have mattered what we'd done or how we said things or how off the rails things would get at times, because almost everything we put out into the community, they would do something amazing with and send it back improved, deeper, more connection. So I think we got a really pretty extraordinary group of people. I had no idea. I don't know if this will get through, but we tried some completely new things I've never seen before at conferences. So I had this idea that I wanted the people who are already registered to be able to submit really short abstracts of what they would feel passionate about presenting. And it was just like, what are you interested in telling us or showing us or sharing with us? And we had 38 people who did that. And then I went and I created most people cheated on the word length, I'm going to say. So I had to go and edit for length. But then we stripped out all names because there were some reasonably big and well-known in this little world people. And then we just put them up for a vote. And the top 5 vote getters, every single one got multiple votes, which was wild, right? And then we just let the top 5, just gave them slots. We really didn't know what was going to happen. And the diversity of what they presented, the depth of what they presented, they had people crying. I mean, like, it was really cool to see. I can't really think of, we didn't plan for it to be just so diverse and so varied and yet still somehow come together. It just kind of happened because of the people who decided to come to this event. And just the sort of random people that we knew, we thought we'd either like to pay homage to, like Carol Riff, but of course it's an honor to hear from her, or just people who Elena was already working with, or people who Kiko who he really admired, and then like wild cards. And it turned out to be just really rich. And our goal was like, no differences between the people on stage and the people in the audience. We had someone tell me on the way out that it felt like everyone they talked to, whether they had a talk or not, felt like a friend. So it's just like, it's really cool how so many things worked and just like created that sense of community. But it was also a lot. Like, there's a lot to take in, a lot of people to meet, a lot of names to forget in record time.
I know. I did wonder, should we all wear name badges?
Yeah, we had thought about that. We thought we put that on our list, but I think we didn't put that on our list, I guess. So yeah, we just had like one WhatsApp group, me, Kiko, and Elena. Just like, I don't know how anything happened.
It is incredible, because I have never heard of a conference like this, that where you genuinely don't have that hierarchical structure.
Yeah.
That's some feat.
Yeah, I mean, that was really important. We've not all of us, but so many of us have been to these conferences, and it's really a blessing, right? It's a blessing that I, at these conferences, get to go on the stage. Sometimes they give me 15 minutes, sometimes they give me 20 minutes, sometimes they give me an hour. And I just like get to put ideas out there, and then not everyone, but many people will recognize me and start conversations with me because they saw me do that. But then everyone else is just as interesting, has just as much to share, maybe more because they're not just in the same world as all the other speakers, but just because I happen to be on stage, I'm heard and they're not. And so that idea just, I mean, I like that I get to be heard, but I don't like that then everyone else is sort of just there to receive. And then you've talked to people at this event. I'm sure you can imagine any of them having great things to share, and that was just the belief that we had in people, and I think it was totally true.
I think everybody will be very sad to leave. How do we continue? So on that note, how does this community continue? How do you think?
Well, as I told the community in one of my last jokes, I tried to tell jokes. Usually they were made up on the spot and not very good, but as long as people laugh, right? That's the most important thing. But Kiko said we've got big news coming, and but we don't know what it is. And I add to that. That's right. This is an announcement that at some point we're going to make up something to call news to share with you, because we don't really know yet. But we're going to collect feedback. There was a survey that went out to everyone on the WhatsApp group, everyone who attended the conference, and we'll look at that, see what people want next, see what we've got time and energy to do a good job of. And then at the very least, we think April 6th and 7th in 2026, Salvador, Brazil. So, it's a city of beaches apparently, which sucks. And it's like people are warm and friendly, which sucks.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently there's really good food, which also sucks, and lots of dancing, which is terrible.
Have you got any good news?
Yeah, I believe there's some poisonous spiders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so other than that,
it couldn't be the two.
sadly, it's all terrible. But yeah, so we think we have a site picked out. We just have to figure out how to get people to come join us.
What I love about that is I feel like I've been hearing a lot then about meaning thing as being comfortable maybe with things that don't make sense or not knowing. And I feel like you're actually extending that message through this.
Not on purpose, but sure.
Well, it's going to be big news and it's going to be great.
Yeah, like one of the things that I really has always kept me in engaged with meaning and purpose is the fact that it's not static. It's not a static field of research, but when we experience or we try to engage in meaning and purpose, it's not static either. We don't get an answer and then never think about it again. I mean, we can have that, but it makes us vulnerable to when big things happen to us in life. And one of the things I like to ask audiences, I didn't need to at this one because it was always there, is like, just think about the 4 or 5 most meaningful moments of your life. Give people a little bit of time to let that sink in. And I'll just say, all right, so who had really wonderful moments? Almost everyone raises their hand. Who had really shitty or terrible moments? Almost everyone raises their hand. If you say, what's the happiest moment of your life? You don't get struggling with grief. You don't get struggling with unemployment and reinventing your career. Maybe you get the new career you had, but you don't get the whole story. And meaning helps us bring in the whole story that doesn't quite have an end yet. We don't know what chapter in our book we're in, so we just keep writing. And so I think that's what's attractive to me about meaning and purpose.
Well, on that lovely note, let's finish it there. Thank you so much, Mike. It's been fantastic.
And thanks so much for everybody spending time with us and getting to know what we're doing here.
Yeah, to the WorldMAP Summit 2026.
Yeah, that's right. Look out for the spiders.